Cheryl Fox. Welcome to On the Red Dot and to the start of our brand new series. We're going to take you around the region to meet budding social entrepreneurs out to make a change in the world. Our first story takes us to Penang, Malaysia to meet the Little Marios. They're a team of students from Malaysia who want to empower youth through a social enterprise that's based on, guess what? Mushrooms. But they can't do it alone. The Little Marios happens to be one of 11 teams who need a little bit of help to get their project off the ground. And they're vying for funding from the Young Social Entrepreneurs, or YSE program, organized by the Singapore International Foundation. And so before we head off to Penang next, let's find out a little bit more about what YSE is all about. "76 aspiring changemakers, 12 nationalities, 35 teams. Different dreams, but one goal, to seek funding for the social enterprise." Their journey started in March this year at a 3-day Young Social Entrepreneurs workshop where they had to tell the judges why their projects deserve to be funded. Only 11 aspiring social enterprises were shortlisted after all the presentations. In about 2 months' time, these 11 will make their case at YSE's Pitching for Change session. By that time, these finalists would have had an 8-month incubation program under the belt and benefited from mentorship, business leadership sessions, and overseas study visits. A maximum of 4 projects will be selected to receive up to 10,000 Singapore dollars each to start up or scale up the social enterprise of their dreams. Elam Chu is no newcomer to helping out the young. The founder of the successful 77th Street fashion label is also a governor at the Singapore International Foundation and a speaker and judge for its Young Social Entrepreneurs, or YSE program. She's closely involved with the YSE program, which is in its 5th year, and out to help youth embark on their social enterprise journeys.
Social entrepreneurs come in because there's gaps in between the needs, which, government and NGOs and all that cannot fit in. Everything is not cookie cut. That's why YSE, the Young Social Entrepreneurs program, is to bring all the young people in, we guide them, mentor them, and then they go back to their own countries and implement it. Okay. We said, a social entrepreneur is someone like Mother Teresa, who has the heart, and Richard Branson with the business mind, and when you put them together, they are the social entrepreneur.
Jasmine Chu has been monitoring the progress of the Little Marios from its inception, extending a hand of friendship from across the causeway. The YSE coordinator is a familiar face to one of its founders, Kwan Hao Yu, who's happy to catch up with and play host to his friend. For Hao Yu, the friendships he's made are an important part of his YSE experience.
It's very nice to be in Penang, to be able to see Little Marios in action, to see the environment that they are in, because nothing beats seeing it in real life, beyond the reports that they have submitted.
Hao Yu left his home in Kuala Lumpur at 17 and moved to Penang to pursue electrical engineering. But getting a degree alone didn't seem to be enough. He hungered for something more.
Why are all this technology advancing from day to day? It's just to create a better world, and we are the younger generation that will use all this skill and knowledge that we have to be a change maker,
In university, Hao Yu met his fellow teammates and David Chu, the original founder of Little Marios. He introduced Hao Yu to the unusual idea of growing mushrooms from coffee waste.
I get really interested towards this idea, and he asked whether, I have the interest to join his team to actually build this together. So, yeah, I think, why not?
David had initially pitched his green idea at YSE 2013. The judges offered him advice for improvement, and he took it.
They give us the best piece of advice ever, which is, we can add in more social impact to strengthen our social impact of Little Marios.
Hao Yu Yu is delighted that the business has grown to touch other lives. A social entrepreneur in the making, Hao Yu and team dream of having their own little mushroom hut one day. Based on the new business model, where mushrooms are not only the end product, but also a byproduct that benefits the communities in need. For Hao Yu, this means providing children in need with new skills, like mushroom farming. Little Mario's got the ball rolling by sending out email proposals to almost all the children's homes in Penang. Finally, in April this year, they received a positive response.
We talk about what we can do, like we can carry out some workshop and training to share our knowledge and skill with the kids. Finally, we move in and then we construct a mushroom hut inside, and that's where everything started.
Hao Yu is excited to show Jasmine the Little Mario's hut, built with the help of the young residents of a nearby children's home. With an initial investment of 3,000 ringgit, raised from a charity concert held in Kuala Lumpur, they were able to set up and buy their first stash of 200 mushroom raw packs. Little Mario's are planning to sell the fresh mushrooms, but until they clinch their first sales deal, all the fresh mushrooms are going into the meals for the children at the home. For Hao Yu, the returns are already bigger than he imagined.
I've been brought up by my parents since I was young, and then all the educational journey is all arranged nicely for me. But this will be a very big difference for the children from the home. What they inspire me is that the strong spirit they have behind them. So this really pushing me to share all the knowledge and skills that I have to them. And it will be really interesting and excited to see what is the difference they can create. It's very important to expose the children to the things that they cannot gain or learn from the classroom. So what we are trying to share with them is the knowledge and skills, a basic skill about entrepreneurship and also about farming. What we are trying to provide them is a wider variety of the future job, their career option.
It's very encouraging to see a lot of youth coming together with a lot of passion, but they forget that a social enterprise is also a business, and you need a lot of elements to make it work, to be sustainable.
For Little Mario's, it's a matter of calculating the supply and demand of the mushroom market.
It's a very controllable plantation, as we can control how much amount that we want to produce in a week. So, there's a demand in the Malaysian market that they use a lot of the mushroom as the ingredient in their dishes, like a tom yum or fried mushroom.
The young engineering students are on a steep learning curve. Their science skills have come in handy in designing the hut and regulating hut temperatures. YSE has not only helped them improve their business know-how, but has also provided them the opportunity to tap into a close group of like-minded friends to chat about social business from across borders. The YSE program has enabled them to forge close friendships with participants from other countries, building a greater understanding of each other. They've also gleaned lessons from business experts. For Hao Yu, Singapore International Foundation, or SIF, has been a springboard to his personal growth as a social entrepreneur.
SIF YSE has definitely given me the courage to move forward with Little Mario's. So after I came back from Singapore, I actually reached out to several social enterprises in Malaysia, and that's simply amazing because we know that we are not alone. There's other social enterprises who are working hard to actually trying to assist a better community here in Malaysia.
After the break, the Little Mario's find kindred spirits in a very different kind of social enterprise. Stay tuned for that. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to On the Red Dot. Before the break, you saw how the Little Mario's are hoping that their mushroom farming social enterprise in Penang will make a difference to children in need. While eager to cover all bases, they explore tying up with another social enterprise that's quite similar in its objective, but very different in its makeup. Georgetown, Penang. Its picturesque streets, quaint buildings, colorful corners make it one of the favorite stops for Malaysians and tourists alike. The annual Georgetown Festival makes it that much more festive. The event stretches for 1 month, offering a series of inspiring arts and cultural events. To add to the excitement this year is a new element to the repertoire, Viva Circus.
Oh, the Viva Circus performance at the Georgetown Festival is going to be 35 minutes of pure aerial artistry and acrobatics. So we're doing a non-stop show for 35 minutes, incorporating traditional ground circus acts such as juggling, manipulation, even fire, and also aerial acts with never seen before apparatus in Penang. So it's a good surprise for anyone that turns up.
Hallyu catches up with the team in the middle of their rehearsals. For Hallyu, Viva Circus is more than a source for entertainment. Like the Little Marios, this physical arts theater troupe shares its vision to empower youth.
We do have a social circus enterprise arm that allows at-risk youths to come and learn more about the circus industries, and we train them in specialized skills so that they can perhaps in the future consider a career in the new circus industry.
Over the past 3 years, Viva Circus has trained youth at-risk communities both in Malaysia and in the region.
There are other countries which have definitely more funding and support and networks that can help social enterprises. So setting up in Malaysia is challenging in itself, for one. But I think the response and the open-mindedness to support something like this is there. My personal advice to Little Marios and Hallyu is to not give up and remain focused on their end goals. I'm very inspired by Little Marios and Hallyu's determination to start this social enterprise. It's great that the new generation are taking responsibility and action, as well as providing opportunities for future generations. So this is something that is really exciting.
I have 2 big dreams, and one of them would be having a farm and to promote urban farming concept. And it's good to see everyone to start taking care of what they are going to put in their mouth. Another dream I have is to involve the community in it, to give them the equal opportunities and to let them be self-sufficient so that all of us can live in harmony and it will be an ideal home for every one of us.
It's about putting their hearts, their mind, their soul into it to want to address certain challenges, to make positive impact.
As entrepreneurs, we find it difficult to make things happen. For social entrepreneurs, you've got to look at the social element and the business element. It is even tougher. But yet, these people have the tenacity, they have the will to go through whatever they go through. They fall and they get up again, and that part of it makes them different, and that inspires me.
From one story of passion and commitment to another, after the break, we meet Singaporean team Society Staples to find out more about their big social enterprise dream. Stay tuned. Hi, welcome back to On the Red Dot. Also in the running, vying for funding from the Young Social Entrepreneurs, or YSE program, is Society Staples. They're one of 11 teams who've managed to qualify for the YSE's final pitching session. Their dream is to open up Singapore's first all-inclusive gym and to enable everyone to join in, regardless of their ability or disability. Deborah is one of the co-founders of the social enterprise Society Staples. Her dream is to start what she calls Singapore's first all-inclusive gym. That means providing facilities for the elderly and for marginalized groups in Singapore like the disabled. This is quite a departure from her original goals, though.
I always wanted to open my own business, and I always envisioned that, I'm going to be very rich, I'm going to be driving a Lamborghini when I'm 25. Right from young, profit was something that was always on my mind, but I never thought of actually doing good business in terms of a social enterprise.
Deborah's life took a 180-degree turn after meeting Ryan, now her partner in their newly formed social enterprise.
When I first met him, he came across to me as a really stern and fierce person. But after getting to know him, I also came to realize that he actually has a brother who has Williams syndrome. I grew up with two brothers who are autistic, and I have to say that I've been a really privileged kid. I was given a lot of leadership opportunities. I excelled academically. It was kind of ingrained in me from young that, you know, persons with disabilities, or rather marginalized groups in general, do not really have equal opportunities. So Ryan really showed me a new perspective. He really just wholeheartedly believes that everybody has a great purpose and everyone can excel.
Since young, I didn't see him as any different. I treated him like just anyone else. I knew that he had learning these difficulties, but didn't see that as any problem.
Together, Deborah and Ryan embarked on turning their vision into a reality. In 2012, they started Deaf Dragons, a dragon boat racing team for the hearing impaired. Starting with only $2,000 worth of prize money that they had won from a competition called Now You Can Leadership Series. Since then, Deaf Dragons has clinched a 3-year sponsorship deal with StarHub Sparks Fund for training and competitions. Their success spurred them on to bigger things and helped them get their foot in the YSC program.
I actually told the judges, we have done Deaf Dragons, and it has been very, very successful. So if that works, the gym will definitely work.
How does Deaf Dragons Jimmy feel about the prospect of having an all-inclusive gym in Singapore?
So he said, yeah, actually he's very excited about having a all-inclusive gym in Singapore. He knows that this gym has rooms even for people on wheelchairs or people who are deaf or even blind. And he feels that it's great that the disabled are given equal chance or the same opportunities as able-bodied people to participate in gym activities.
Deborah and Ryan call this the Lab. It's like any other gym, but with added features like wheelchair-enabled areas, tactile indicators for the blind, and screens with visual announcements for the deaf. Revenue streams include membership and drop-in fees, personal training fees, as well as tailor-made sports programs for the less mobile communities and special needs schools. But there is one very important element holding the business together at its core: brand awareness.
Deaf Dragons was a really good platform to build our credibility and reputation on, because at least there's a level of trust there that, you know, hey, both of us are really trying to do something good.
The Strongman series comprises 15 sessions of functional strength courses dotted around Singapore, open to anyone and everyone. Its pilot program was launched in July at Hong Lim Park and funded by Central Singapore Community Development Council, or CDC. It attracted more than 100 participants, out of which 40 were disabled. They held their second event on the 20th of September.
Now the general concept when we tell people about the gym and Deaf Dragons, they cannot really relate, because Deaf Dragons is after all a water sport. So, and because, you know, Deaf Dragons, mainly we're just targeting the deaf community, so we haven't really reached out to other marginalized groups. So that's why we are introducing our new program, which is called Inclusive Strongman Sessions.
The business strategies are evolving. Staying flexible and sustainable are their core priorities. The new gym is also equipped with a social mission to inspire employment of the special communities. Above all, they want to foster friendship without barriers.
One main feature of the gym is we really want to groom individuals belonging to marginalized groups especially, because both of us believe very strongly in the concept of role reversal. So what role reversal actually means is for people in marginalized groups, to actually step up and, you know, shine given and believe that they can shine given the right nurturance and guidance, and also if they have the passion in it. It's going to be really cool if we can actually groom a person with disability who is, let's say, either deaf, blind or wheelchair bound to actually be a personal trainer, because this has never been done in Singapore and probably around the world too. You as a client, you're definitely going to think, wow, this guy is such an inspiration to me. I want to be like him too, and I'm going to train even harder.
Society Staples is nearing the end of their YSE 8-month incubation. The YSE program has enabled them to forge close friendships with participants from other countries, building a greater understanding of each other. They've also gleaned lessons from business experts.
It definitely gave us a good stepping stone and foundation to make our dreams into reality.
In about 2 months' time, Deborah and Ryan must be ready to convince the judges at the final YSE pitching session that their project deserves the funding. And they are. Buoyed by the conviction that Society Staples will also trigger a mindset change in Singapore.
We're definitely progressing and changing with new government initiatives coming up, more social enterprises, and of course also ourselves, because, you know, we are also promoting this cause.
Our dream would be a place whereby, you know, people can come together, forge friendships, you know, understand each other's culture, just get into each other's life, and then things to start changing because, you know, they understand each other, they accept each other on another level, and that's where the whole society starts shifting into a more inclusive one, into a more better one.
These inspiring young people are already winners in their own field, striving to make their dreams come true while benefiting communities in the process. If you'd like to catch this week's episode or any of our previous shows, just head over to these websites and you'll be able to watch it online. Next week, On the Red Dot takes you to India. Now, for more on what happens behind the scenes, check out our Facebook page. Till we meet again next week, I'm Cheryl Fox. Take care.